6-7 KCAL rocks after the big kegger and the weekend. We got some sports to talk about with our guy, Pep. Pep, what's going on, man?
Hey, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, your NBA champions this season, winning the NBA Finals in 6 games like somebody I know predicted.
Yes, Pep, you are to get your credit.
Good job, Pep.
Pep called it Golden State in 6. I had Golden State in 7. 40 had Boston. So Pep is correct out of all 3 of us.
Hey,
you had it, Pep.
First time in a long time to get something right with a prediction. But I did want to say this, guys. There's a lot to unpack with the NBA Finals here and how this relates to the Lakers and LeBron. And again, I'm not here to bash on the Lakers, but with the Warriors winning the NBA Finals, I want to get your guys' take on this too. It looks like the Golden State Warriors are back. Like they are the team to beat in the NBA Finals once again. And I think that kind of is bad news for LeBron and the Lakers because LeBron, again, getting a little bit longer in the tooth, right? He's getting a little bit older. They've got a new head coach in Darvin Ham. We're not sure if he's going to be able to make it work with Russell Westbrook and LeBron and Anthony Davis. Could that window be closing on his opportunity to win NBA titles? And did we see him win his final NBA championship a couple seasons ago? Is it over?
40, I think what's happening here a little bit, especially with the Warriors, the part that's scaring everyone is they, Steph, they're getting older too, Clay, but they seem to have a younger generation of troops that are coming up. They have a whole nother second team. I mean, the Lakers have absolutely nothing. So I think, Jordan Poole and the other big man, they had a huge big man that didn't even play in these finals. So, I mean, he's coming up too. The Warriors do look like trouble right now. Of course, we're going to be prisoner of the moment, but they do have some young bucks coming up who look like they're going to contribute and make the Warriors tough for a while. It could be tough for LeBron.
I mean, yeah, the Warriors absolutely are trouble for LeBron, but for the whole league, I think they are going forward the favorite for next year. And I mean, they're not the only thing the Lakers have to worry about. I mean, the Lakers have to worry about the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Suns. Like, there's a lot in the West that they already need to make sure they're better than already before they even get to the Warriors.
Unfortunately, Pep, I think the answer may be that this may be it for LeBron. No more championships, dude. I do have that feeling, unless he changes teams.
Right. Not coming for the Lakers. I think he would have to move teams to get another one.
Correct.
No, I think you're right. And 40, I think you nailed it. It's not just getting past Golden State. It's getting past all the 7 or 8 teams still in front of you in the Western Conference if you're the Lakers.
To get to Golden State, probably.
Yeah, that's just to get there. That's true.
Right.
So I don't know if LeBron is going to chase one more championship before it's all said and done. Does he go back to the Cavaliers? The Cavaliers actually have a very exciting and young, talented team. Does he go somewhere in the Eastern Conference? I don't know if the East is any easier right now with Boston and Milwaukee and Miami. Like right now, the NBA is pretty good. There's a lot of parity. Like there's a lot of good teams out there.
Not to say that this is what he wants to do, like he doesn't want to go for a championship anymore, but does he want to stick here in LA and just kind of elongate his career so he can play with his son? Because let's face it, he's already kind of done a lot of the things he's wanted to do. Not that he doesn't want another championship, but it does look tough. Does he want to just maybe, take it easy on himself, extend his career as long as he can here in LA so he can play with Bronny?
Well, I mean, they say part of the move to LA was the outside of basketball stuff because LA is such a hub for things that he can do a lot of his business here. That was why he wanted to come to LA, as well as then trying to recruit everybody to the Lakers as well.
True.
He did get one championship here, so yeah, now if he keeps the business thriving, he can elongate his career. He's still probably happy. I don't see why he wouldn't.
That seems like the last thing he wants to do is have the old father-son. He loves Griffey. He knows Griffey Sr., Griffey Jr. He wants to do the same thing in the NBA, which would be absolutely incredible, by the way.
No, it would be, but we're assuming that Bronny is good enough to play in the NBA. Apparently he's good, but is he that good? I don't know. We're going to find out actually in a couple of years.
Exemption.
Or LeBron could completely shatter the world and go and join the front runner. Could go join the Warriors, the Celtics, the Nets, and just completely shatter everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If you can't beat them, join them. But I think it's going to be interesting because Lakers will have to do something because Golden State is back. We just found that out. The Warriors are back on top. And, guys, real quick, here's the other conversation a lot of people are having with Steph Curry. NBA Finals MVP, his 4th NBA championship. Now they're saying there is no doubt that Steph Curry is one of the top 5 NBA players of all time. Like, no doubt. There's not even an argument. Like, So with that said, at least in my top 5, I think that the couple that are guaranteed, it's Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You throw Steph Curry in there and maybe one more guy, maybe Wilt Chamberlain. But here's the blasphemy of all this is that naturally you're putting Steph Curry ahead of Kobe Bryant, right? Where everyone now is going to say, like, Steph is better than Kobe Bryant, which I think a lot of Laker fans will be like, there's no way. Like, Kobe was obviously a better player. Well, but that's the conversation.
I think, unfortunately, I mean, Steph is up there because he's the greatest shooter ever.
Correct.
I mean, Kobe was not the greatest ever at he was just a very good player.
Great scorer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great scorer.
One of the greater scorers ever, but not the greatest scorer of all time. Yeah.
Steph, to me, is clearly the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah, he is, and I think people would not argue against that.
So he's got to be. So he's got to be up there. He has to be.
He's inserted himself in the talk. I heard Reggie Miller did his top 10 on Dan Patrick's show, and that was a very solid top 10. But even then, they were able to kind of poke holes into it too. And there's always going to be somebody left out who feels like they should be in there.
The greatest shooter of all time. He changed the game. He's got to be up there.
No, and I totally agree. It's when you start thinking of the guys that are not in the top 5 or not in the top 10 that he's passionate. Like, man, he's better than Magic and Kobe and Larry Bird. And some of these guys, you're like, oh, man, well, I guess, though, but you got to put him up there. Again, the greatest shooter of all time, 4 NBA championships. The numbers speak for themselves for Steph Curry at this point, and he's not done.
No, that's he's only going to keep going and, adding to. So, he's just going to keep going higher and higher up that list.
Could he pass LeBron as one of the greatest of all time? Michael Jordan's still my guy. He's still a GOAT. I think that's untouchable. But Steph Curry, what if he finishes with 6, 7 NBA titles?
That's a lot.
Like, he could eventually make it solidified where it's like, he definitely deserves to be in over Kobe. He definitely deserves to be in over Kobe or LeBron or whoever else. Like, he could absolutely solidify that talk.
Oh, the conversation rages on now. A lot to unpack with Golden State winning another NBA championship here.
Yeah.
As we look ahead to next season. Guys, let's hit the links. Another major on the PGA Tour. We had the U.S. Open, and Matt Fitzpatrick is your champion. But I wanted to give a local shout-out. Aaron Wise from Santiago High School in Corona. He finished tied for 27th. He made the cut. He was 5 over par. But finishing tied for 27th, you still get to take home, a little bit of change, $127,000 for a weekend of golf. So not too bad for our guy Aaron Wise from Santiago High School. So
very cool.
One of our local guys doing it out there at the U.S. Open. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good area for golf for our local guys. Aaron Wise, we got Ricky Fowler, of course, Brendan Steele from the Hemet area. So we do have some local golfers on the PGA Tour, and all the drama we were hoping to see with the PGA guys versus the LIV guys. I think a lot of PGA diehards were excited to see Phil Mickelson not make the cut because Phil Mickelson has kind of been the mouthpiece, I guess, of this LIV Tour. At least I don't know if he wanted to be, but he has been about this LIV Tour.
There was a lot of people on Twitter pointing out that the broadcasters who are PGA employees were very one-sided with pointing things out. Like Phil would miss a shot, and they're like, "Oh, well, Phil has made his bet, hasn't he?"
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, taking shots. I love it.
Oh, just like these polite, being polite about it, but still making these rude remarks. With all due respect, Phil.
He's made his bed.
Hey, guys, finally on the baseball diamond. I hate to end on bad news, but here we are. This is what we're going to do. Bad injuries for not only the Dodgers, but also the Angels as well. The Dodgers, Mookie Betts, a cracked rib. That sounds painful. He's going to be out for a while. And even worse for the Halos, when you look on their side, Anthony Rendon with season-ending wrist injury. So he is done for the year. So again, that great start for the Angels seems so far in the rearview mirror now because that's an injury I don't know if they can survive in terms of trying to make the playoffs.
That is true. However, this weekend, they completely pulverized my Mariners. Even Mike Trout in 3 games hit 5 home runs this weekend. You know what I mean? Mike Trout, by the way, has hit like 35 home runs in Seattle. He's hit like over 50-some home runs against us. For 10 years now, every time I turn on the TV, home run.
He loves Seattle. I don't know what it is about the air up there. Maybe it's, the mist in the air. I don't know. He loves hitting home runs up there. He plays really well against the Mariners, period.
Maybe we need to bring him up to Seattle. I mean,
It sounds like all of us SoCal residents need to start combing through our neighborhoods. We need to find a little orphan boy who can see angels.
Yeah.
We need that right now.
seriously, right? Bail us out.
Come on.
Pep, tell them how to get your stuff. Man.
Yes, it has come to that. Check us out on Inland Sports all over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.